Hi, it's Chris. I go by the artist name of Childov. Welcome to the channel. I'm super grateful to have you here today and I hope to earn your subscription. I'll be posting a video once a week where we'll cover all aspects of music production, so if that's something you're interested in, please join us. This is part 3 of a series where I recreate my track Believe. It's out on Sam Paganini's label Jam. Last week we covered the drums and the atmosphere. This week we're doing the leads and all the other sounds that are in the track. If you haven't seen last week's episode, I'll put a link in the description. So again, we have a lot to do this week, so let's jump right into it. So welcome back. I'm glad to have you here again. If you do enjoy this content, please do leave a like. It does mean a lot to me. I put a lot of work into these videos and it's nice to know that you guys are enjoying them. So yeah, if you like it, please like it. Cool. So let's kick off with a playthrough of what we've done so far. So in part 1 we did the lows. Last week we did the hats, the percussion and the atmosphere. So let's play all that. Cool. This week we are going to make the lead and a couple of other different parts. So I'll play those for you and I'll tell you exactly what they are. So firstly we have this. This just sits on top of the bass. So it's a polyrhythm. It adds some sort of dynamic quality to the mix. Then we have the lead. Let me play that for you. As a backup, we have this. So this is this plays along with the lead. Cool. And then we have this rhythm clap. And then we have this kick clap. Snare roll. And then finally just a white noise effect. So again, I don't remember how I created these things, so we're just going to make them ourselves. So this is just a tom. It's just playing in a polyrhythm. So let's add a tom in, and then you guys can replicate this at home. I've got a sample here. This was cut from the original project, and let's add this in. Turn that off. So a polyrhythm is it's a rhythm that doesn't play in the standard grid. So a standard grid would be sort of a kick on every beat, and there's 4 beats to a bar. So a standard rhythm would be this. Right, so like a kick. A polyrhythm will generally go in sort of 3s, so or it could go in 5s. Anything that's off the grid, so to speak. So like this, for example, this is a 3. And then you've got a 6. And a 5. I'm probably going to do a separate video on polyrhythms because they're essential for techno music and they're very interesting, and I love the sound of them. So yeah, this sits on top of the bass, kind of adds a little bit of interest, and let's just get on. I think this is the pattern right here. So So that's it. So what I'm going to do with this is just add. Another thing as well is, you know, which I find really important, is to create racks. So if there's plugins that you use all the time, so organize them into somewhere where they're accessible. That's my advice. That way you're not sort of digging around for stuff. Every time you go to look for a plugin, you can just load. So in this, I've got an EQ, a couple of EQs, an amp, a compressor, you know, an echo, some sidechain, an LFO, different things that I know that I can use, so that I just don't have to dig through my plugins every time that I need something. So this is loaded up, this EQ. Let's just EQ it a little bit. Delete this, and then you can just delete them as you go along. And we're just going to add some echo on this. So Echo Boy, I love this plugin. And with this, I'm just going to cut the echo on the low end. Otherwise, it'll create like this buildup of low energy, and it can make the track muddy. So I'm just cutting the lows on the echo itself. So I'm not cutting the lows of the sound, but what is resonating from the echo, I'm cutting the lows from that. Cool. Let's just give it a little bit again. Nice. So nice and easy. Next, we have the leads. So let's recreate this. The synth that I used for this, I remember it was Hive, another amazing instrument. And then let's play a little lead in. So another great thing with Hive is you can organize everything. So again, I picked my favorite patches and put them in categories and folders. So let's go into Fast Attack. This is sort of like plucky type sounds that I use for leads generally. So let's do this. And I'm just gonna play. I've got a little MIDI controller here. Very simple. Try this. Okay. Okay, so I am try move that up. Move this down. So you're just gonna have to bear with me while I pick some nice notes here. Let's put that on. That's on D minor 2. Let's put this on D minor 3. Now the reason I've added a note on top of this one is to create a bit of dissonance. I covered it in the last part. So to create dissonance in a techno track, you can add a note 6 above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that will give you, when they play together, both notes play together, that will give you a more of a dissonant sound. So I'll show you. Sorry, 1 second. So yeah, I don't know if you'll hear it that well on this patch, but let's see. So that's the original. And then with the notes on top. So you get this dissonance type sound, which you can do with plucks, you can do it with atmosphere, you can do it with loads of things, and it's a really handy trick. So let's go in here and then pick a different patch. So this is the patch we originally had. Let me add this in. Let me add the processing, and then I'll explain what we've done. Okay, so I've done the processing on here. So it's same patch. I've just grouped it. So if I I don't want to ungroup because I'll lose my settings. But basically, if you're on any VST and you want to add these, so what these are these controls here. So you can press configure. So group it, first group it, then you press configure, then you click it, and that parameter will show up in this part. And what I've done is I've mapped these parameters to this macro, so I can control them all at once. So that's what we've done. I've added a filter, an EQ. A reverb. Don't need that. We've got a delay. And then finally we've got this, which we will automate on the break. Cool. So that's the lead. Let's name this. And for me, green is the lead color. Everything is always color coded in my projects. Then I know where I'm at, especially when I come to arrangement. Massively important to stay organized. So let's duplicate this and let's add sort of like some support for this. So you can see it's quite a mid-rangey sound, so let's add something higher. So maybe like a glockenspiel or something like that. So let's delete this. Add this in, add a hive again. And we'll go to fast attack sounds. actually think this is what we had originally, so let's just stick with that. So let's hear this in context. Cool. So that's the leads. So let's just a duplicate. So let's name this duplicate. Now let's just add the other parts. So we've got a rhythm clap, which just plays at the end. So it's 3 claps and it's just right at the end of an 8-bar loop. Let's add that in. Again, 909 packs. Our library. Machines. Let's add the clap in. Yep. So that's the clap, and because this is sort of a more of an effects, I color it purple. Cool. And then when the drop starts, we'll so we add I've also got a kick clap. Let's just duplicate that, and we'll put this on. Cool. That's that, and then we're gonna add a snare roll in. And this is just a white noise effect I probably got from a sample pack. But let's recreate the snare roll. So again, this will just be on the drop. Okay, cool. So we've got one with a little bit of a ribbon, and then I'm just going to create a straightforward one. So again, these are just on the 16th notes. And I have those on different samples. Okay, so that's that. So let's label this snare roll. And just to give you an idea, we're not going to do arrangement today, but I'm just going to do a little bit of an arrangement so that you can hear how this is going to sound in context. Let's just record this in. Okay, cool. Let's arrange this slightly. Okay, so again, this isn't obviously the proper arrangement. I'm just going to do a little bit of a demo so that we can hear what the breakables kind of sound like. And then you can hear all these elements that we've just made in context. Cool. Again, just a little bit of a demo just so you can hear these percussive elements for the break that we've added. And next week we're going to do the full arrangement, so I'll show you guys how I laid out this entire track. But yeah, that's the leads. So that's it for today. I hope you found it helpful and inspiring. Please leave a like and a comment telling me what you want to see on the channel, or if I didn't explain anything properly, please let me know. I will read and try to reply to all the comments. In the next video, we're going to cover the full track arrangement, do a quick mix down, and yeah, that'll be it. So I'll see you on the next one. See ya.